Okay, so I'm using the Akai APC40 MK2. I want to show you how to hook it up to the computer and set up Ableton's preferences so your controller will work with Ableton. This controller connects with a single USB cable. So I'll go ahead and plug one end into my controller and then find an available USB port on my machine. All right, this particular controller has a power switch on the back then, so I'll turn the power on. You can see some lights have just popped on, but we need to configure Ableton's preferences to communicate with this controller. To set up your controller with Ableton, you go to the top left of the screen. We go to the menu where it says Live, and we're going to choose Live Preferences. In the Preferences panel, go to the third tab, the one that says Link MIDI. In the top section, it says Control Surface, Input and Output. You can see that Ableton has 6 available slots. We're going to go to the first slot where it says None. When I click on the tab, I get a drop-down menu. I look in the list, and here I find my APC40 MK2. I'll select that for the control surface. Now in the following tabs, Input and Output, I'm going to also select the MK2. Now that I have it selected right there, I'm going to go to where it says Takeover Mode. I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose Value Scaling. This will make it so that the relationship between the faders on the controller and the reaction of the faders on screen is always connected. Lastly, I need to check a couple boxes in the lower section. In the MIDI ports section, I'm going to locate the input and the output for my APC40 MK2, and I'm going to enable the track and remote. Now that I've done this, I close my preferences. I now notice that there's a colored box extending on screen. The box is 8 tracks across and 5 top to bottom. The same number of buttons that we have on the APC40. 8 tracks, 5 clips per column. At this point, I find that my volume faders, mute switches, and other devices are able to be controlled right from the controller. Go ahead and set up your controller and make sure that it's working. Once you have it configured correctly, watch the next video and we're going to get started building our rig.